so quiet on my end, I thought maybe you had it all muted. Good, good morning, everybody. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Just got one item on our agenda, so thank you for making the time. Hope everybody's had a good summer, a good start, and good end of the school year, and a good start to summer. We'll go ahead and begin. I'm David Martin, Chair of the Commission on Teacher and Administrator Education, Certification, and Licensure Development. The Commission, a special call meeting of the Commission is being held today, Tuesday, January 3rd, 2025 at 10 a.m. pursuant to Mississippi Code annotated 25-41-5 with Commission members present via teleconference. Notice of this meeting, which included date, time, place, and purpose of the meeting, and identified the location available to the public, has been posted. Audio recording is being made of this meeting, and meeting will be recorded. Our call to order is at 10 a.m. today, Tuesday, June 3rd. As the call names Commission members, please state the location of your presence for this meeting. Dylan Ball.
Present, Belton, Mississippi.
Thanks, sir. Jamie Kriegel. Rebecca Gray.
Present, Iuka, Mississippi.
Thank you, ma'am. Mary Hill Taylor.
Good morning, everybody. Mary Hill Taylor, Choctaw, Mississippi.
Thank you, ma'am. John Howard. Kim Hubbard. Dr. Teresa J. Rowe.
Present, Starkville, Mississippi.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Bernal Kelly. I saw her name up there. Dr. Kelly, you got your mic muted.
She's on.
She's on. If you would go back, Dr. Kelly, and add it to your, type it in when you get a moment, please. David Martin, present in Brookhaven, Mississippi. William Murphy. Present in Enola, Mississippi. Thanks, sir. Dr. Teresa Poole.
Present, Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Etta Taplin.
Present, Ruth, Mississippi.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Aaron Wilson.
Present, Lumberton, Mississippi.
Thank you, sir. All right. A quorum of commission is present at the location stated for conducting a meeting through in-person and teleconference meetings. All right. Item 3, discussion and approval begin the Administrative Procedures Act process to revise Mississippi Admin Code 7-4, Part 4, Licensure Guidelines K-12 to remove references to and associated requirements related to the highly qualified teacher status as formally defined and required by No Child Left Behind Act of 2001. Dr. Murphy.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Chairman Martin, members of the Commission. Thank you for convening a special call meeting to consider amending our licensure guidelines. The proposed amendment would remove all references to and the continued implementation of the requirements to the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001, which was replaced by the Every Student Succeed Act in 2015. At the time of that transition, we did not formally remove or request approval to update our licensure guidelines to reflect the new federal requirements under ESSA. And so while today's request focuses on removing outdated federal language, specifically referencing or references to the No Child Left Behind Act and the highly qualified teacher standard, it is important to underscore that the Mississippi Department of Education, of course, the Licensure Commission and the State Board of Education remain fully committed to ensuring that every educator responsible for direct instruction and assigning grades to students is properly licensed and endorsed. This commitment is reflected in Process Standard 2 of the Administration and Personnel Accreditation Guidelines, which states that all district professionals, professional positions requiring licensed staff are filled by staff that are properly licensed and endorsed as required by state law and federal requirements of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. Further, ESSA, or the Every Student Succeeds Act, affirms that the state education agency will ensure that all teachers and paraprofessionals meet applicable state certification and licensure requirements. And so the urgency of today's request stems from its significant implications for staffing, particularly in special education, a long-standing, hard-to-staff area in our state. And so currently there are about 1,081 special education personnel serving in self-contained classrooms across 4 academic subject areas statewide. And of those, 480 do not meet the outdated dual licensure requirement under the highly qualified teacher standard, which mandates that the teacher or special educators hold both a special education license, for instance, the 221 mild to moderate, and a core content area license, and for instance, the social studies license if they're providing direct instruction and assigning grades to students in that particular area. And so if the highly qualified teacher standard is removed in line with ESSA, the number of educators not meeting licensure requirements would drop dramatically from 480 to about 16. And this would preserve a substantial portion of our teaching workforce and ensure continued services for students in this critical needs area. And so, in essence, we are seeking your approval to update the licensure guidelines by removing outdated provisions tied to the No Child Left Behind Act, aligning our standards with current federal law under ESSA, and protecting our capacity to serve students with appropriately licensed professionals.
So these are already serving now. This would just begin the APA process, but in the meantime, it does kind of make it effective while you're doing that, correct?
And that's something that we can actually ask of the board. When something is found to be, I guess, adversely affecting the profession for the most part, and also seen as a benefit, we could ask the board to approve and make it effective immediately upon approval during the APA process. And so, yes, sir.
All right. Any questions for Dr. Murphy? Right. Then we'll entertain a motion for approval to begin the APA process for Mississippi Admin Code 74 Part 4. And then I would like to say go ahead and take it where we go ahead and do the approval as well, but it enacts it while you're doing the APA process. But that'll be up to whoever makes the motion.
Chairman Martin, what are you asking for in this motion? I'm sorry.
To begin the APA process for removing the No Child Left Behind highly qualified reference, and it's all going to have, just as Dr. Murphy said, your ESSA will be in place, but to go ahead and have that in place while the APA process is being done. So it would take in what he was just saying, there's 1,081 self-contained SPED teachers, and 480 currently do not have that dual license, so the districts are getting noticed that they're having teachers that are not meeting highly qualified status, and that would remove that, take it down to 16.
Right. I was just trying to make sure we're making this a two-part motion. Is that what we're asking to do?
It's all in one motion, but I guess you could say it's two things, yes, ma'am.
Okay. I move to make the motion.
Okay.
All that you just said.
Yes, ma'am.
Teresa Poole. Yeah, Teresa Poole, second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? All right, we'll move to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Don't forget you got your mic muted. Aye. Thank you. Any opposed? Motion carries. Again, appreciate everybody being here this morning, making the time. It was a very short agenda, so we'll move on to item 4, adjournment. Entertain a motion for approval to adjourn. Please identify yourself for the record.
Teresa J. Rowe, motion for approval to adjourn.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Need a
Mr.
second? Mr. Baldwin with the second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Again, thank you all for making the time today. We appreciate that. I know Dr. Murphy and his staff appreciate it. This definitely be something I think the school districts appreciate as well. So,
Yes, sir.
meeting is considered dismissed at 10:10 a.m.
Thank you for your time, everybody.